The 21st century is going to be the century of the energy and natural resources revolution.
This summit has gone from strength to strength over the years, and of course it's a manifestation of the importance of energy in all our lives.
Although population will grow about 50% between 2000 and 2050, energy consumption is going to grow about 100%.
It's an underlying theme of virtually every public policy in the world that they want to provide society with safe, secure, stable energy at affordable prices for consumers and competitive prices for business.
We've been hearing over the last several hours about all of the extraordinary opportunities, but also daunting challenges, the trade-offs I think Yvonne Martin talked about this morning, that'll have to be made in order for this, the extraordinary future demand that we actually want to have for energy to be fulfilled.
On the Green Deal and on smart metering, one thing that's in common on both is the government must play a much more active role in promoting these policies.
There's a good reason that the people who run the electric grid are somewhat conservative, somewhat slow-moving, and aren't crazy risk takers. You don't really want the people who are running that critical piece of infrastructure to be crazy risk takers. On the other hand, it makes it hard to get innovation in that sector.
Look at the developing countries, the emerging markets, which many of them have very, very large potential for doing geothermal power. So now I'm talking about my industry. And find a way to assist them in taking their possible resources. There are quite many possible resources in developing countries. A volcano on the average is about 160 megawatts. So, but it costs about $40 million to take it from possible to proven.
If you can't make energy more exciting, it's still energy. It's what it allows you to do, which is exciting. It's the communications, it's the travel, it's cooking, heating. Heating's not exciting. You just want it.
I did want to take issue with the comment that energy isn't exciting and that it can't be exciting. Earlier this year, thanks to the government's short-lived feed-in tariff generosity, I got PV panels on the roof of my house, and they just sit there. They don't do a lot, but I've got a little meter that shows how much power is being generated when the sun comes out, which, again, we live in England. This is, and perhaps it's exciting because it doesn't happen often enough, but it can be quite exciting. I mean, and again, okay, I'm an energy nerd.
Money. That's not energy.
Well, yes. Well, money makes energy exciting then.
If you have huge amounts of gas on the planet, then can you have not merely gas transportation for fleet vehicles, but can you use the natural gas networks in the homes to fuel CNG gas-fired vehicles for everybody? And you use compression devices for a few $100s in every garage in the United States and Europe. And you use the natural gas supply, the domestic natural gas supply, to feed your car. So every home becomes a filling station.
For the oil companies, we need to go to more kind of harsh environments, longer distance from kind of the markets, meaning, for instance, the Arctic or far north. Or deeper waters, which will be more expensive. So that means that the break-even of shale is quite kind of likely competitive with some of these resources.
There is a lot of industrialists that believe that America should exploit her competitive advantage with free or very, very cheap gas rather than exporting the resource.
There's 650 coal-fired power plants in the United States. They're bulldozing one every 6 days. Flattening them every 6 days, flattening them. And what's happening? They're converting them all to combined cycle natural gas, the front end. What's the alternative? There's not harmonization of gas prices, not exporting it, but all the excess coal is coming to Europe. So there is a big impact in Europe. Here's America, who didn't sign up to the Kyoto Protocol, and they're getting this huge dividend. They're going to make the Kyoto Protocol, not Europe.
Certainly money has been made, and huge amounts of money have been made in shale gas by investors, but there's a lot of money to be made by investors, and I think that will continue for many years to come.
The shale gas industry, the oil and gas industry, the energy industry needs to agree to robust regulation around this. It is absolutely key to the message and to protecting the environment and to really neutralizing the fears around the environment.